highlighting and what we're moving on to. So that's one aspect. Now, another thing that's happened recently, within over the time that we've been away, is one of our big media outlets within the British American football scene, known as Sportank. They've had a little bit of backlash, well, quite a lot of backlash, and essentially what they've gone and done is announced or made a statement, as they've done throughout the years, about someone who's got a 3 month ban, an under 19 player who's got a 3 month ban, and the community has been in quite an uproar around it. Not just for this, but this has been essentially the catalyst that has kicked off a set of behaviour that has made Sportank, the organisation, feel that they must make a change, because people have always had their gripes with them, feeling that whoever's running their social media and pages has had issues. But Sportank, in terms of as part of British American football, they've been the main outlet that has sought to provide information, provide score updates, provide what's going on. There are others now trying to put their stamp on that. Inside Britball is one, but Sportank has basically had this occur, and this is a sort of an outline of the timing that's happened over like a 6-day period, where I know we're going to get into it, but to just briefly talk about it, essentially they released their statement about the under 19 person day. I've referred to that as day zero. They then make a statement, because there's been a lot of backlash straight from that, from the moment it's been posted, about why have you released this name? Why are you guys doing this? There's no need to do this. You could have done it in some other form or other way. Within that statement, they've had the new show. They then had the new show the following day. So by day 2, they've had the new show. And then the third day, released another statement, understanding that it needs to be changed. Within the 5th day, 2 days later, they've had announced that I've done a branding of unblocking day, because they had a lot of people blocked for whatever reason. They've unblocked them. And then on the 6th day, which I think has culminated this before they moved on to other things, to show their contritiousness, they've made a donation which was suggested on the outgoing of their new show, to highlight some of how contrite and how apologetic they are, and they thought it was a good idea. He's wrong with it, and he's made a donation. So that's what's happened within a week. Within a week of this happening, I said this is the catalyst, but there have been gripes from many in the community around Sportank, and it seems that organizationally they're trying to make a change. But like, what's your views on what's occurred and Sportank generally as the media outlet, because it is the big media outlet for us, to be honest.
You're not a 19 coach. What do you?
Yeah, I know a lot of the other 19 players were upset with this, and I think that when there was kind of the screenshots that went out about how people have been spoken to and all this kind of stuff, I think that's definitely the big issue. Obviously, the whole name thing I always thought was a bit weird, because BAFRA publish it online.
Mm-hmm.
They have been publishing under 19 names online, and people are like, well, this is on social media. To me, it's all the internet. Like, it's readily available. You can go right now and see. And it's not just under 19s, by the way, but they publish like their weekly report of everybody who's banned and what they did and all this kind of stuff. But all the names are there. So if it's a safeguarding issue, I think it needs to be a safeguarding issue the whole way. The way like the kid was spoken to and other people have been spoken to, you can't. And I mean, Steve has said it himself. Like, you can't.
Yeah.
He's apologized for it, and I feel like, for me, and I know people differ on this, like their viewpoint, and maybe people will disagree with what I view on it. I think Sportank has been a net positive, because I think getting games, if you're trying to push the game in the right way, and once again, like, his actions are his actions, and I think those are wrong. But if you're, one of the ways that he's tried to contribute is, well, I'll get all the streaming equipment, and yes, it's my media company, yes, I'll make some money from it, but I'll stream all of these games for free. So there's a lot of games that you'll see. So like Bristol Aztecs, all of their games are streamed by Sportank, and there's a lot of other teams, whether Uniball, and for years that these games are being streamed for free. They're not being paid to go and stream these games. There's people who have made their names of it. So like Tebs, he was at Gloucester. He's now started, I think, Depth Chart.
Yeah, Depth Chart Sports. Yeah.
Sports.
Commentary.
He's going to do sponsoring Commentary Phoenix. But then he's also done ELF.
He's done work in ELF. Yeah.
So,
he does the Cologne games.
Like, I'm a big fan of SJ. SJ has been big in the sport. He's at Brunel. He's been part of this. So what I'm saying is, like, if you say, all right, there was never Sportank, I think that you also say there wouldn't have been a whole bunch of things that have come out of it. once again, it's super, super important. You can't talk to anybody like that. I mean, I guess technically you can. Like, if you come up to me and I want to call you whatever I want to call you, like, it's my actions. You deal with the consequences as he is doing. But then there's some media, some good marketing as well, where you get the new show and people come on and they want to give you a piece of their mind. So he's been able to flip that. And then I guess the donation as well. Like, he is apologetic, and the outlet is apologetic, whether you want to accept it or not. Because I've heard like, they don't deserve to be in part of BAFA.
Yeah.
I think that there is a big age disparity in how you view it. Because I don't know if you guys have seen like comments on Facebook.
No, I haven't seen that. No.
I've seen some.
The
kids are not happy.
Facebook people don't care.
Yeah, they're older generation.
They don't think that any of this was a big deal. Okay. The kids, they think, and then you kind of got the middle, which I guess it kind of involves us as well. But yeah, that's my general view of it. I think they've been, over the course of time, because of all of the streaming and all of like the information, I think they've been a net positive. I understand why people don't feel that way, because you have the whole comment about the travelers, and apparently there's been some sexist stuff as well. Like, I don't know everything.
Some of the commentating as well has been skeptical.
I think in general it's been, like you said, net positive. But I think what really brings them down is just their whole interaction with their followers. I think if they were better with that across the board, then they won't have this. They won't have any of these. They shouldn't have any of these issues. Like having this whole happy unblocking day thing and being known as a platform that blocks anyone that has some level of critique against you just makes everything seem flawed and makes you look in a particular way, in my opinion. I understand that some of these people aren't saying
people are trolls.
Yeah, people are trolls, but they can
come
across Sportank.
That's part of being a media outlet.
But like it's not. It's gonna sound like defensive, but I'm just saying, like, people. I get to see it. Obviously, at you already know we get a whole bunch of people who critique us for everything and anything, and if that's the way you feel, that's the way you feel. But there's some people who their whole aim is just, how can I say some stuff that's gonna like try and rile somebody up? How can I troll? How can I do this? And if you're trying to build a community, and once again, a lot of the stuff that came out in those screenshots was egregious. I have to say, it's egregious. I can't. It's indefensible.
Agreed.
But yeah, in terms of like blocking people, like, yeah, you're gonna block people for different reasons. And even though I know a lot of them have all left now Sportank, and I think it's really only Steve left.
Yeah.
There was other people who were working there. It's not just been Steve.
I think some of the comments that I've seen and the messages from Sportank appear as if it is one particular person that is saying that. But when a lot of these people don't know who Steve is, and they're like, you've got this, what seems to be a professional organization to some, or official standard organization, communicating in certain ways, and then dealing with things as if it's just him. If he was presenting himself like I forgot his name, Bressington does, for example. Yeah, like you can get mad at his opinions and what he does and stuff like that. But when you're appearing as a company, is an organization, it's difficult
especially
to accept.
One that's supposed to be pushing the game forward.
I'm saying they're trying to build a community, but arguably,
the Britball.
and I agree with you. But in terms of how they're going about it, a lot of it is very abrasive.
Agreed. Like I said, a lot of it is indefensible. You can't.
Yeah, I guess it depends. Like, we don't know if he's truly sorry based on his actions. Like you said, actions speak louder than words. Based on how the media platform is handled moving forward, and how they connect back with their viewership and the people that subscribe to them to watch their games. That's the only way we're going to know if he's really apologetic, or the media platform is apologetic in how they behave.
I don't think that. I feel like people are just calling for a straight cancellation. They don't want.
I mean, sports.
I think we're getting everything. We're getting everything. That's how it is.
I think this is a build-up of people. A lot of people's frustration. Because I know people have frustrated with Sportank for a very long time. this is what broke the camel's back as such.
I think
And
if
people-
you're,
and
if
people-
you're already
Yeah, the catalyst. Yes,
if
people
you're
have jumped in
already
it.
frustrated, you're like, yeah, get
Yeah,
them
yeah,
out.
yeah. We've already jumped in it because I.
Need to
Yeah,
say
yeah,
that
yeah.
you're
No,
going to
I mean,
boycott them.
I spoke to a couple of the under 19 guys, and I was like, "Oh, did you know that all of this information is readily available on Bafra?" And they're like, "Oh, I had no clue." I legit
But
was.
no,
I
'cause no-
thought Bafra was getting burnt
And
to the ground.
that's-
Also,
Yeah, but just because, and not to say that Bafra's behaviour is fine or whatever their process is, that's fine. But just because something is released something elsewhere, when you have more influence or power, that's the thing. That's what it is, and they hold them to this sort of standard, which I personally argue that I can understand it. Like it's a young kid, like particularly when I first saw. And to give context, I know we haven't actually explained it, but essentially what's happened is that in a game has been won, and then the offender, who is under 19, has taken the belt that straps his waist and hit some of the players that have lost in the shaking of hands. And when I actually saw the video, I was like, oh, this is mad. When I get a little bit of context about, oh, these guys are boys, it's some banter between them,
Yeah,
it doesn't make it
it's-
acceptable.
It doesn't.
But
Yeah.
you like their coaches put out a statement to say that it was unacceptable.
Yes, yeah.
So just in terms of context, like full context, is the players know each other, but the coaches still thought that was.
Oh yeah. The coaches thought it was unacceptable, and the organisation sees it as unacceptable. I'm just thinking about just like what would compel you to do such a behaviour.
Yeah.
It's because you're boys and you think it's acceptable, and that's what young kids do. That's what
Yeah.
young kids do.
Yeah,
but
personally, I think I saw that and I was like, oh my God, this is hilarious.
Oh really?
No,
I
100%.
thought, oh man, I thought it was hilarious.
I thought
You thought it was funny?
Yeah, and
I thought it was
I think
hilarious.
there's a lot of people in defense of because I think this happened in America at some point in colleges.
No,
I
it's
think
hilarious.
it's
Doesn't mean it's acceptable.
but it's not. I'm not saying it is acceptable.
This is
That's what I'm saying. It's not acceptable.
this is the stance that I'm on. Hilarious. Like when I seen it, I was like, oh my goodness. Like, can you imagine getting away with doing something like that? But in a game,
See,
the sportsmanship that I
you know
have
what?
will
Forget
cap
even
that off.
sportsmanship, and maybe this is the whole thing of like coaching or like having just the position. I was thinking, if this was one of my players,
Well, yeah, fisticuffs.
Like,
not fisticuffs, but like
we have to remind it. Like it's serious.
this
reprimand.
is serious.
I'm
Because
again, I
now
can.
you're making me look crazy
And this
in
is-
front of the other coaches.
This is what I'm saying. Like, I completely understand both sides. When I see it, I think it's hilarious. Should that happen? No. Should it get caught on camera? Definitely not. Like,
the person-
if this didn't get, if
The
this
person
doesn't-
with the camera is the one.
no, but this is what I'm saying
I
because
feel
if
like
it
that was
didn't,
the setup, though.
no, but this is no. Okay,
and
yo,
There's no way that was
But
just the
it was-
in-person.
it was way too clear from what I'm thinking. It was way too perfect for this person to have not been told to record this.
No, it was, but I don't think that he understood the actions
Surely
of the
one
whole
of his
thing.
boys just
19,
Yeah, it's one of his-
19, like they wouldn't
Remember,
understand
these
that.
are
But at the same time, like that.
Without giving away too much, obviously from the area they're from and whatever it is, this is just it was a rivalry game,
I get it. I
and
completely
it was
get
in
it.
that area. That's just kind of how they banter.
I completely get it.
It's kind of the problem I have sometimes is like it's not right, but sometimes it's taken out of context, like
If-
a
if-
lot of context.
If
here.
the first time
like
you
the
see
3 month
it
ban,
is
I thought
on
was a bit mad.
Sportank-
If you know the
I
background,
don't think the 3 months ban is mad.
if you know the background of
Oh
the
my
kid,
God,
and where
free month ban is crazy.
And the reason I say
3 month ban is crazy, I think so as well.
The reason I say the background is irrelevant is because as like someone that plays, someone that's a person, someone that's not involved in the structure of organising and dealing with the sport, I get the background. It doesn't make it acceptable. I understand it. I see it's banter between boys. But if I was in charge of like BAFA or whatever the case is, and this has got such visibility to the point that it's gotten to my desk, yes, a 3 month ban is like minimum you have to do because it is a student, but what they describe it as the integrity of the sport, which is correct. Like you can't be seen to be lenient on a behavior that is unacceptable for sportsmanship, even if they know each other and it's a banter between them. As an organization, we can't take that chance. No,
Question:
that's me personally.
if
know, people would have-
so,
I don't know if people
I
that
hear
much.
what you're saying, but I just feel
Would you
like
really deep to that much. If you
I think I'm with Nelson on this one.
I agree, but I don't think that it should get that far. I don't think that if Sportank don't publish this, then a whole bunch of people don't find out. There's no outburst. The coaches may not feel the need to even put a post out because not that many people find out.
Use the name.
What
That's
is
fine.
it? So I guess because I feel like the big issue with Sportank, what broke the camel's back was the fact that the name was put up.
Yeah, that's
If he had put that post up and just been like student who,
yeah.
even if he had said student or player who assaulted other players with a belt banned for 3 months.
He would have still been disgruntled.
I
but I don't
think,
think the backlash
I
was
think,
yeah.
but I think, you know, like, what do you want out of a media outlet if not to cover the biggest stories?
And these guys aren't even necessarily focused on bigger stories. They just focus on stories that happen, and it's a story that happened. I have no problem with them talking about the
If
story.
they don't
It's the name
name,
that's the
if they
issue.
don't name the kid, the discourse after it gets posted, do you think it would still?
No, it wouldn't be a thing.
So this is what I'm saying. Like, I feel like the main outburst from this was the fact that it was the kid. Like, forget what actually happened.
Yeah.
I think the main thing was the kid, and it's like in a similar situation where I think we were playing. I think we're in a uni game, yeah, and one of the players says something derogatory to another
Allegedly.
player, allegedly. Someone from a white background says something to someone black. It gets misheard. I think the word fat and black get mixed up, and then someone comes over to us and says, they're gonna say they said this, but he didn't. He said this. And for us, it's like, if you had just not said anything, we wouldn't have anything to deal with. But now we have to deliver on this punishment. If Baffa don't find out because it doesn't become such a big thing, maybe they don't even touch it. Now
No,
you got this
Buffer
kid.
wouldn't have cared.
That's what I'm saying. Now you got this kid. He's banned for the
I don't
rest
say
of the
they wouldn't
season.
care. They just
They wouldn't have.
they
They
don't
wouldn't
have
have.
the
I don't
resources.
know
The
that they
media-
have- I don't know that they have that much of the season left. I think it was 2 games.
Still.
So, but once again, like how you put it out, because if they had said 2-game ban, you wouldn't have known what their season was, how many games they had left. and
But
all
a
this
whole
kind
bunch of
stuff.
people won't be happy.
Yeah, but is he allowed to train?
No, but it's 3 months because
He's not allowed to
covers
train.
like 1 or 2 games.
Yeah, but he's not allowed to. 2-game ban means you can still train, not play the game. 3-month ban means you're not allowed on the football field, right? He's
I don't know.
I believe. Well, I know the club he's at, and he's not allowed on the
he's not
football
allowed.
field.
So
So he's back out in the streets
so
doing
then-
things
Oh,
that
my
probably.
day.
No, but that's
Do you
not
know what I mean?
That's
Like,
not,
doing
that's
things-
not come from Baffa though. That's come from Bafra.
What, the band?
Yes,
But it's still enforced by Baffa, no?
no, it's by Bafra. Bafra are the ones who come up with all the punishments for any action in
So,
any game.
so why are they giving
So
months
what's
ban?
the-
Why not give game
What
bans?
was
then?
what was he
once again,
sanctioned
what I'm
for?
saying, why is nobody talking about Bafra?
No, sorry, wait. What was he sanctioned for?
Integrity of the game. That's
Integrity of the game.
Yeah,
So
bringing the game to
if you put
disrepute,
the game in disrepute and it's official, well, you get a 3-month ban.
No, that's what they. That's
That's
what
what they
the
put
committee
in.
have decided to give him.
Yeah, so sure it would have been something lesser than that.
ultimately, like we're diverging and we're talking a lot.
Yeah, I
about
know,
which is fair enough. But the point is that Sportank people have been disgruntled. This has been a catalyst that had led to essentially a lot of backlash. And I believe that they've been apologetic and contrite. If the community agree, then so forth, then they'll manage to rebuild that base and rebuild that trust. They say they're going to change. Like you said, it's only actual action.
This has been great for Inside Britball.
Oh yeah. Well, inside Britball,
And
definitely.
then obviously Depth Chart Sports.
I was gonna say depth chart as well. Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. Because Sportank has basically been they've been the major outlet for British American football for as long as I've been playing, and they haven't really had any sort of like serious sort of competition.
They've
or anyone
basically
that's
had
not-
a monopoly.
You had double coverage.
Not really.
Double coverage, but
They-
they were only really filming games. Like when I talk about competition,
Sportank kind of had a
Sportank are
monopoly
all-encompassing.
on
And-
American football media in the country.
And you can tell by their behavior, it seems like they feel entitled because they've had that monopoly,
I think with a monopoly, you get to behave how you want.
which is what happened.
That's kind of how they've been going.
Yeah.
Like without consideration for how people feel, mental health, all that kind of stuff. Like I know people who have broken down in tears because of the stuff that Sportank have put out, and they don't care. Like they don't care. It doesn't come back to them, but they don't see what these people have to deal with.
And when I say competition, I mean all encompassing. Because like double coverage, from my perspective of them anyway, they were mainly focused on videos and filming sort of games. While Sportank, they're trying to be almost like BBC of American football. They're trying to put out news, they're trying to put out stories, they're trying to film the games, trying to be
I
like.
think double coverage was they were doing vlogs. A lot of it was
Yeah.
vlogs. Yeah.
And this is I remember the blog. And this is my problem, yeah. When you've got memes trolling people in the same place that you've got official media, it's difficult to take you seriously.
This is because they had a name before Sportank. Gridiron.
Dying memes.
Well, Gridiron's memes is the pages.
Yeah, but it was Gridiron something before. and then it became Sportank because they wanted that separation.
They want to separate it from the.
Yeah. So now I think there's some people who won't know that they were the same.
Yeah, they would. Yeah, they don't post any memes or anything.
You didn't know? Yeah, no, they used to.
But now you've said that, something's clicked in my head now.
So yeah, we'll see how that plays out, and we'll see how Sportank come back and how they continue. Moving on to now with the end of the season playoffs. We're finally into the meat of the season playoffs, and these are the 4 teams. 4 teams have been decided who's going to go to playoffs: Warriors, Bristol Aztecs, Titans, and Coventry. In the north, which is Coventry and Manchester, we've got a game against each other to decide who's going to finish top and who gets that pivotal home game advantage. But these are some of the teams.
Who plays Bristol?
I've got these teams up, and just give us a little bit of a rundown, like, because we've got everyone except for from Manchester. How you guys feel like your season has been getting to the playoffs? I know it's basically, well, I'll let you speak on it from Warriors, but I imagine it's not been anything new because you guys have.
No, I think this season has been very difficult for the Warriors. I think I don't think we've been able to. I don't think in any game field our starting 11 in like showing our true potential of what we're actually capable of yet. I mean, we've actually got a lot of.
What are you saying this with a straight face?
We've got a lot of. What do you mean? We strive for excellence.
We don't know any of this.
We strive for excellence. We strive for excellence. Like I said, anything you get injuries and whatnot. We've had a lot of people injured and life getting in the way this year, so we haven't. But I think come playoffs, I think we will manage to get everyone hopefully fit and healthy and be able to put together.
Am I right in saying that Andy also can't play for you guys anymore?
No, you're not okay to say that.
What do you mean not okay?
He's back.
No,
why would he not be okay?
Because he played for Madrid.
It doesn't matter. The transfer rules don't matter to ELF, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's GFL.
It's only GFL.
GFL. No, that makes sense. That makes sense to me now. That makes sense.
I'm surprised that's.
Do you know how dumb that is? Because it's the same thing. It's even worse that
there's some beef between ELF and GFL because they weren't letting transfers happen between them. So they just got rid of the whole transfer. Be like, all right, if you're not going to let it happen, we're cancelling all transfers.
Yeah, if you sign for an ELF team, you don't have to do a transfer. You've just signed a professional contract.
Yeah.
And if you get released from that contract,
you're free.
You're free.
Yeah, that's it.
But what would have, if say for instance Andy wanted to go play for another team,
another ELF team,
then that would have been an issue.
Yeah, because that deadline.
How do you feel about? Okay, we're digressing.
One other thing I was going to say, I'm surprised that that's the angle you decided to talk about it differently.
Yeah, it's been a difficult season. I don't think we've lived up.
You have a 10-game season, and you don't want to talk about the fact that you might have conceded a little bit more. What you want to talk about is that
because we haven't lived up.
Let me finish. You don't want to talk about the fact
I started.
We haven't hit any of our potential in a 10-game season because we never had our team together.
Yeah.
Really, that's what you want to present?
Yeah, I think that's
as from the Warriors. That's what you want to present.
As from the Warriors, I think that's as the captain is how this is my opinion. This is how I think and how I view the team because when I look at the Warriors, I view excellence. I just look at excellence in the standard we want to portray all the time. Compared to what we did last, I compare last. I can't compare results we have against players. We can't do that. Against other teams, we can't do that anymore. That's not how we judge. We judge how are we compared to last year or how are we compared to the year before. And compared to last year, I think we're not in the position I would want the team to be in comparison, in making the necessary growth. Now, when I look into why that is the case, we've not had enough things happen at practice to happen. And maybe it's because of the lack of motivation by players to get motivated to play oppositions or whatever it is, but it's getting people to commit and have the same vigor they had last year when the games were probably a lot more competitive, as I would say.
I can appreciate that. I think that's a more complete answer rather than basically saying...
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Rather than basically saying that we don't have the talent. Our talent hasn't turned up on the day.
Yeah.
Would have been more competitive. Because...
Was KK playing for you guys last year or 2 years ago?
Last year.
KK?
Last year.
And that's really what scared you guys?
That's literally... Yeah, and before then, we've had competitive games with Bristol.
The game this year, it was like the last quarter that really pushed it out to what the lead was.
Yes, but then... Yes, it was. It was the last quarter, I agree.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's been one game.
It's been one game.
Then... So last year wasn't.
You guys have a fake humble thing.
What?
It's fake humble that these guys.
No. But I'm saying last year we had one game that was good, one game that wasn't.
But the first game that we played last year was 14-17.
Yeah, that's competitive.
That was competitive.
This game was competitive until the last quarter.
Yes, and
then you had a game against Blitz which you didn't have that was competitive this year.
Yes, I agree.
But then who else?
But I'm saying we had injuries. We've had injuries since we played.
We haven't had the start.
We haven't had the starters. We haven't had a start 11.
I understand, but in terms of
in order to build like the
competitive, I don't know that. I'm not part of you guys' team, but I don't know. It doesn't feel like this year would have been any less competitive.
I think motivation-wise, like I think a lot. Like last year, we had a lot of things happen that drawn into the team. A lot of people that came from teams where they've never been to a championship, never had a championship. Once you get the championship, that as a true warrior, you're used to winning every year. Right.
Then, okay, I guess because you guys had lost 2 years on the trot as well.
Yes, their motivation was there to bring it back to everyone. And then we had these influx of players who had never won, so they were starved of winning, never been to playoffs.
So it was.
So everybody was high.
Saying that the motivation came because everybody was a loser on that team.
Exactly. Even the Warriors at the time.
You said exactly.
No, I'm agreeing. No, but I'm not. At the time we were because at the time I don't view. This games. I'll be honest. There's games we played, and to be fair, in our. It was wrong. We didn't even go and collect second place medals in finals sometimes because that's how we viewed ourselves as losers.
You shouldn't have collected them medals. We were all looking at you guys when you're crazy because you lost them two games against Manchester.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. So last year was literally rebuild.
Yeah, you actually had something to play for.
We had something to play for. I could see. We were last year. We could do a documentary on last year's team. It was on smoke, and then you had all these influx of the other team players, the Blitz guys coming in, who would be like, I've never played playoffs, I've never played Manchester, I'm hearing all this. You know what I mean? So now we're trying to merge all these, and then you tell them about Bristol. You know what I mean? And then you tell them about, so everyone is like on the same page. Now you get there, you get to the Mount Rushmore, you get the ring that you've been striving for 12 years, never got it. You know what I mean? In Britball.
Oh, the senior one.
Yeah, the senior one. How much you got? One?
Oh, that's
one.
No,
you got one. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
You know, and then you get there.
So that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you get there, and then people's the motivation dips a little bit because they don't get back to that same. They have the same.
I beg you, give me a ring.
And that's where I say I don't think we made the right step forward because we're not. I'm trying to get that. I'm trying to get those guys.
I'm just saying, we didn't have to go and. I mean, we talk about the recruits that we get, but obviously we didn't make the London All-Star team. Take the best players from one team and then try and make. We
didn't take them. They chose us.
I beg you, give me a ring.
Cool, but you accepted them.
Because
considering the smoke that's been between Warriors and Blitz, you guys accepted them. You didn't say no.
No, we accepted everyone. If you came,
did they make you better?
We made them better.
Did you?
We made them better.
You better.
No, we made them better. We made them.
You just come off losing two back to back.
We made them better.
You just come off losing 2 back to back. They made you better.
I'm listening to a team that is only built in America.
Which is fine.
How am I listening to a team built with an American kid?
At least I'm objective.
You're built like Newcastle Vikings.
I'm objective.
You're built like Newcastle Vikings.
I'm objective.
And now you want.
I'm objective.
That's not true. That's not true.
I am objective.
Wild. That is wild to say.
I will tell you now.
It's wild to say.
I will tell you now. If the Americans leave, they might. They might be there. I don't want to hear it.
I know for a fact that you have significant players, significant starters who came from the Blitz last.
Sorry. Without those guys, you guys would have suffered. You guys would have suffered that day. Don't do that.
Who started that corner for you?
It was just Tony's own. Okay.
Who started at safety? Was Kuzo not starting at safety?
What in the?
For a while,
right?
For a while.
What Warren? Idris Lawal.
He didn't start.
Eden didn't play. I will say Joseph played for Blitz before. Eden D. Palmer. Half of your O-line.
Blitz. Okay, fair.
Your best receiver.
They came to us.
Oh yeah, Joseph Blitz.
They came to us. You make it sound like they came to us. I don't know.
No, we understand.
The point is that your organisation got better. To disregard the fact that your organisation got better with these guys coming in is to say
so they Bristol.
Jamal, without them, you guys would have struggled.
We would have recruited. We always recruit. We would have find someone. We are the Warriors.
Let's say
you guys making it seem like we are the Warriors. We always make it to the final. It's always invitational game.
Sorry, wait. Sorry, you guys should be the Warriors without having to take all the best players from another team. That's number one. And if they decided that, like Jason Salome, they were going to go to Bristol instead, do you think you guys would have survived?
Who? All the
they would have whooped you guys.
No, I think you guys said it was fine.
No, we would've survived.
No one's detracting
We would've survived.
from you guys.
If you
being
got
Warriors,
undefeated,
because for like at least listen. At least since I've been playing, and that's close to a decade. Like the Warriors have consistently shown that they can reach the final.
We
So
were-
like, regardless
yeah.
of whether you had
That's
this
not a question.
regardless of
Yeah.
whether you had this influx or not, that's
Yeah.
not the point. I think the point or the reason that people are getting onto you is more the case of the fact that it's undisputable. You had an influx.
You did, and I said this.
You had an influx of a lot
is-
of London Blitz players, and to try and diminish their addition to your team to make that team better by stating that you simply made them better and they didn't add to your organisation, it's disingenuous because as was highlighted by
You're gonna go back to
like,
London.
You had some safeties.
They're gonna watch this and they're not gonna.
Nah,
be happy.
they know. Those guys know they're my guys.
You
They-
had
I
like
don't-
10 GB starters join your team.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you.
Through the leadership. Through the leadership.
Thank you.
Fair.
No, forget how
Fair,
and all that
fair,
kind of stuff.
fair.
I always said that. I respect
They
it.
helped the team. They helped the team. No, I hear it. No, I agree. They helped the team. They did help the team.
I'm not going to
100%.
pretend
100% they helped the team. I'm not saying that they didn't.
Make us better.
Yeah, they do. They do.
I'm not.
Rob Warren is one of the best linebackers in the
Hey,
world.
Rob, man. Shout out to Rob Warren.
This is where, as long as we're both objective, we're fine.
Cool.
I say
We're fine.
this all the time, bro. I lost 4 finals to the Warriors, so it's not like a question of me not acknowledging, bro. I know that. Do you know what I mean? But last year's, we just can't say that it was because this is the Warrior way. You guys had an influx of major talent, significant talent, and that put you over the edge.
Any team that gets that is going playoffs.
I think
Any
it's
other
winning.
team.
I think it's winning.
I was gonna say I didn't wanna.
I'm gonna. I think.
Who are the offensive?
I'm
linemen
not.
that
I'm not.
played in
I'm
Stars,
not
dude?
disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing. You guys. I think you
CJ,
guys are.
Magic,
You guys are not.
Emmanuel Blake.
Hold on.
Keenan
You
Thiede
guys.
Palmer.
He was talking crazy. We've conceded.
Yeah. No, I agree they'd help, but I think the reason that I guess the reason I'm moving crazy, I think you guys are disregarding the coaching because these guys were at Blitz and didn't.
No, we're not.
All
We're
these
not.
guys
These
were
guys
Blitz.
were at GB.
No, Emmanuel was never a GB.
Emmanuel Blake has always been a GB level player.
Yeah, but he
decided
wasn't.
not to.
But he wasn't.
He decided
No,
not
yeah,
to.
that was-
Anyway.
And he went to Nottingham, so he had the fast track to
Yeah. Anyway, they did help.
I'm personally not discarding coaching. I don't think these guys discard coach because regardless of where they came from, how good they are, they have to fit into the system.
100%.
So 100%. But like the way you were speaking was essentially to just completely disregard the fact that these guys were talented individuals.
They are talented. Don't worry. These are all my
They were
guys.
lucky to come to.
No.
You admit them to something.
They have. Hey, these guys bleed black. I don't know why you guys leave them alone. Leave them alone. They came. They helped.
We've
They've
done
done.
some of the other playoff teams.
I heard certain man have gone back. You're talking about bleed black.
Who? No one's gone back. No one's gone back.
Moving on to some of the other players.
I know Damien's gone back, but
Summary
7-string running back.
on the Warriors. Essentially, what you find is that like you guys haven't reached your full potential in the regular season.
No.
Because now it's the playoffs.
Yes.
And it's basically win or go home, or to be dominant and go home. You believe that potential will be unlocked.
We need to. Yeah.
Understood.
sorry, last question. When last did you realize your full potential prior to the playoffs? In your opinion,
I think when we played them in the final.
Yeah, dude.
and before the playoffs,
Not this playoffs, just generally playoffs in the regular season.
In the regular season.
but you've reached that potential. But you're saying that you haven't reached this.
Oh, in general,
It's
it'd have
first,
been
probably
it'd been
first
this. It'd have been no. It'd been the second. No, it would have been the second game when we came to your house and we beat them like they couldn't even score.
Yeah,
It'd-
bad. Yeah,
that was last year. No, last year. Then
Four touchdowns.
Last year.
0, I think it was. It's either 28-3.
20. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
4 touchdowns. to
Yeah.
0.
Okay. And then what about T? What's been your perspective of the Bristol sort of season as we
Obviously, we haven't played to our full potential, so
I like this. So when we both be a full potential, we'll know who's the better team.
yeah, no. To be completely fair, I think the kind of significant thing for Bristol this year has been a long season because we played in Europe. We had our 2 games in Europe, so got worked in one of them, did the working in the other one, right?
It happens.
But I think that's probably been the most significant thing. Is it's like a season that long becomes a real war of attrition, and like you have guys who are limping towards the end. You have guys who are out in the middle and try and come back towards the end and all this kind of stuff. And yeah, I genuinely, and I know yours was genuine as well. I think that there are areas where you go, we definitely haven't played to our full potential for the talent that we have.
Yeah, yeah.
You expect so much more. So like, you know, both Blitz games as an example, and I think Blitz are a talented outfit. I think they're a well-coached team, and I think that they are going to be great going forward. But I
agree.
I would genuinely say, like, I think we have the best QB in the country. And
Wrong.
Cool, that's your opinion. That's my opinion. I think we have the best QB in the country. We potentially have the most talented is maybe a better way to put it. I think we have the most talented QB in the country, and you know that should result in more. I think we have one of the better O-lines in the country, and that should result in more. So defensively, I think we've got a pretty good defense, but has it done exactly what it could do? I don't think so. So yeah, I think it's been a long season. You know, we've got the Warriors. We're planning to take the W away from there and then go into the playoffs 1-1, and then, you know, obviously smoke whoever's in the North, no issue, and then get to the final.
No issue.
I hear it. Yeah, of course, I hear it. That's the plan, bro. We write this script.
Facts. It runs through the South.
Yeah.
In terms of in the North, fair enough. In terms of the North, we don't have a Manchester Titans representative today, but the Manchester have had.
I can speak for them. I mean, I don't like to.
Give your views on.
They finishing first.
Personally, I think they had a tough start to the season. They lost their first game against us. I think that's
after a lot of upheaval and change.
No, yeah, I think based on the changes they're doing.
Yeah, they basically had to revamp their whole team. A lot of vets left, coaches left,
head coach,
new head coach.
New OC.
Have I missed anything prior to the season starting?
No, I'm aware.
New QB, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, they had that.
Pretty much lost their whole offense.
I think their run game has been pretty effective against the other teams. They've managed to draw on them quite a bit. They got some young bloods that are coming through. They look like, and I know if you've heard the Chelsea analogy, they're like the new Travis Scott FC. When you look at some of the guys with dreadlocks on their defense, there's a whole bunch of them. But yeah, shout out to them. They got some young bloods that are coming through who've got good team chemistry, mainly from playing at UClan. But it's going to be interesting to see how they manage the playoffs, because I'm assuming a lot of them have not been to the playoffs before. So yeah,
the playoffs tends to be a different beast. But yeah, similar to how you guys said, I think it's impressive what they've done. Like, I've known many a team that would not be as strong and have had a stronger season that they've had, considering the upheaval that they've had season. Yeah, fair enough. First game jitters that they lost that game. We'll play them again. But particularly in the past that game and in the middle of their season, they were extremely strong. You can't take away from their results. I know it got me a little bit passionate in the last episode because we didn't get any respect from it, but their results were dominant. They put in dominant performances. They were winning by large scores.
And to be fair, obviously, like, I mess around the whole bunch. Like, it is competitive between you both in the North, and you guys are handling business where you're supposed to handle business, and it's coming down to final week, which I can't say as a Bristol asset. I can't say it's coming down to final week. Like,
that was the script. That was supposed to be the script.
Get out of this.
It was supposed to be. It was supposed to be the script.
No. Ideally,
it was supposed to be the script. That's why they brought it up this way.
Yeah, it would have been
perfect situation because. Wait, who are you facing on the last day?
Us.
But yeah, I was right. Okay, so
we wouldn't have lost the Blitz.
Yeah, it would.
And then it comes down to this.
Yeah.
One team won the first game. What's going to happen?
Yeah.
So basically, what's happening for you guys?
Well, but I think to have both of those games on the same day, I've been describing this game as the first round of playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, fair
for us.
Yes.
For us, definitely.
A playoff caliber team as well.
Yeah. Not even that. There's something in it.
You've got home. There is something to play for in each of these games. Basically.
There's something to play for. Yeah.
There's nothing to play for us because we already got the extra L, but winning this game bodes real well to going into the playoffs with
momentum,
confidence, because
home field advantage. There's the confidence. There's the morality. We get a shot up. A few guys have been talking about the score differences and all that kind of stuff, but we'll see on Saturday next week.
It is exciting for for the sport. That it is.
Yeah, I do agree.
And yeah, I think maybe you want a bit more from the Blitz as a whole. Maybe you want a bit more from EKP as a whole, and then maybe a fourth team in each that's kind of pushing that third team because the third team will push in the second team. And then
So basically, you want something super competitive, ideally.
You
Yeah.
do.
I think the North's been competitive. I'm really impressed with what the Blitz have been doing because we kind of just forgot about them. Like,
I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I mean, I didn't speak about them at all, but I have to give shout out to the Blitz of what they're, because like playing against them, you can see that they are well drilled and they're a very hungry team because they're young. They're young. There's all the Blitz B guys that come. They're full,
the
they
young
are
guys.
full of energy
Hearing
and
some of
they're
the stuff
young.
that I used to hear about the team post-pandemic, especially from like 2022 onwards, I was really like, yeah, these guys, like the Blitz were the guys, and what, we're not going to hear about them anymore. I'm like telling these young to respect the Blitz because of the way they're talking about them, and I was like, nah, you need to understand.
Blitz teams before, so the Blitz teams that won, because they also won in Europe.
They did that in the same year.
And they did it in the same year. And then the Blitz teams that ended up in the final and the ones that I played for, at the end of the day, like, you go, so the Blitz team, they lost, they ended up losing 5 in a row, which sucks. I lost 4, and all of my losses were to in fact, all of my finals losses are to the Warriors, which is the peakest thing in life. So I got to deal with people like this, man, right? But dude, I be counting them, bro. This is why my uni ball rings me so much.
I know, I can tell.
I hear it.
Currently 5 and 5,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
The thing's painful. But yeah, like at the end of the day, the Blitz team was making it to the final, right? And then you guys won a ring against the Blitz, but once again making it to the final and making it to the playoffs, and then for them to drop out of the playoffs
After beating the Warriors in the semis.
Their history and legacy.
Similar thing to like the O's, right? The O's were the team, and then the Blitz started coming up, and then the Warriors came up, and then the Blitz, not the O's have not only like dropped from being in the playoffs, they've now dropped from the Prem. And bear in mind, like they got their own rivalries going. They got the serious rivalry, East Kent. Right now they got.
Oh, right now, yeah. So
serious rivalry, East Kent.
Yeah.
Dammy plays for Olympians. He's a safety. The one we coached at.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no, but
And Joe Thompson's the QB of East Kent.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Dude, like it's those two teams there, like, and bearing in mind, like so you've got like my boy Cedric who plays safety for them, number 17 for the Olympians. One of my boys from Brunel, Seb, he's one of the D linemen for East Kent. Like, when you follow people from both sides,
you see,
dude, like they don't.
Oh yeah.
Because they're 1-1 right now, and they're about to go into the semis. Yeah. The semis to play the trilogy.
I think Div 1 is exciting. I'm not gonna lie.
I was gonna say
Div 1 and across the whole is exciting. I can't lie.
Because Solon obviously is the head coach. Yeah. Shout out to the South Wales Warriors. Jake Law is the head coach there. They were doing their piece. It didn't quite work out against the Olympians, but like from what I've seen, I think more exciting than what we got going.
Yeah, 100%.
Fair enough. But then the final team, our team, obviously, Coventry Phoenix, and our journey to the playoffs. Like, I think for me personally, one of the things I think of this season is that like our team is certainly hardened. I feel for this playoffs, like because because the North has been so competitive and the sort of games we've had. Yes, we haven't had blowouts, and some people hold that against us. But what it has meant is that we have never had the opportunity or chance to be complacent, and have had to be in tough situations, mentally tough situations.
Like,
it is.
Well, I would like easy. I like easy wins too.
He likes it like this. He likes it like this. He likes it like this.
He says I'm tough.
I know he goes to sleep. I know he goes to sleep after all these weeks, sleeping like a baby. Yeah. My whole team was mentally locked in today. Oh my god.
When they lose, he's sleeping in Tim's. He's like, nah. No sleep for losers, man. No sleep for losers.
No, I like easy wins too, but the nature of our season has been that it's been tough situations, and I think in the playoffs, regardless of what's happening in the season, you will have your tough moments, and having experienced that within the regular season puts you in good stead for when those moments come to be like, cool, this is nothing new. It's only the stage that's new, but in terms of we've had this happen across the season, like. I know that there have been times where, like, you as Warriors, you guys have blown out the whole season, and then you've got into a game, suddenly you're down, or suddenly it's a close game, and you're like, oh, okay. And you've got to switch on. Yeah. And, like, some people can do that, some people can't. But, like, the thing is, when you've had that happen regularly throughout the season, like, I don't worry about my lowest common denominator being able to do that.
You've been able to play full court football, is what we call it worse.
Yeah, like, so.
Which we don't get a lot of
What about you? How have you seen, like, how we've had this?
I'm glad you're articulate because it means I don't really have to talk too much. But yeah, I agree with you.
Love it.
So those are the playoff scenes and those are the stories we've had. And now just a brief one in terms of playoff rituals. Like, what do some of the things do? Like, we can't talk about myself because we don't have anyone, but in terms of
I declined the phone call.
in terms of Warriors have had this thing, and I don't know if it's still running because you guys don't show as much on your Instagram, but I might support this from your Facebook.
The real going
dark. Oh, wow, you put the shades on, yeah? Okay, cool. So I guess it's still
They don't even post that they're going down.
Yeah.
They're just unreachable.
So, like, yeah, is this something that you guys are still doing? Something?
Nah. I think a little bit, not too much. I think we're trying to move away from it because we live in a different age now. Back in the time when social media was the biggest like distraction. Now I think people kind of have a lot more control over it. Telling people to like give up social media and not post anything and all that is a bit too much to do. I know some of the old heads still believe that's how we should do it, but I think as a whole we don't really push it as much anymore. But we do have like a little variation, just being like, you know what, be mindful of what you're putting up. You know what I mean? And obviously keep locked in because football has changed now. We're now playing 4 quarters football. Don't be putting too many things out there that might give away advantage or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You don't be posting tape kind of things. We've got a bit of rules, but not totally like total radio silence as such.
So I agree with it. Initially when I joined the Phoenix, when we're still Tamworth, we had a rule where we wouldn't post and comment on certain posts that were to do with BAFA and the things that were going on, but weren't specifically about our team. It's just like, don't get involved in all the other nonsense because it just doesn't really bring any positive round, really. So it's easier to just stay off. But I think I didn't know it was to try and stay locked in as well. I thought ours was a reputation kind of thing, but I think if it's for focus for you guys,
it's definitely focus because we get 2 calls. Cause every year someone calls us up saying like, "Oh, I can't wait to play this guy," whatever. And before you know, you're arguing with someone. And to be fair, we're quite a team that sometimes we can take things a bit personal. So
you lot get drawn out so easily. I'll just tell everyone.
Yeah, we do. But it's in our blood. But that's what makes us physical. That's what helps our physicality.
This like as what you know, being with it as long, but from a different perspective. This has just always been representative of Warriors culture, and I feel like, and I know that you guys feel. I've spoken to Cedric and Tom, and I know that there's a general feeling that in some of those years, especially the years against Manchester, like
100%.
Because I don't think TA was there either as well. Like TA was doing NFL Academy at the time.
There was one year where he was at the playoffs he was, but at the start of the year he was a bit absent because he had to travel to Loughborough and all that
new
stuff.
Players, so not even like the Blitz. Before that, like new guys coming to the team saying, "Oh, I'm the best at my uni, therefore I should be the best here." And it was kind of like
delusional thinking.
This is the culture here, and I always appreciated the going dark thing because it was representative of the Warriors culture. Like before any of them before I knew any of them or they knew who I was, like from never be able to get any of them to smile at all. Like they're not looking at you, they're looking through. Now, obviously, you know, thankfully I've been blessed to play as long as I have. So I've seen it so much, and you know, you put up a fight and you know, win or lose, whatever it turns out to be, you end up garnering some respect. But this is, and I think the best and most permissive. What's the word I'm looking for? It's the
psychological warfare,
all-encompassing culture.
It's psychological warfare,
team. And it's worked.
I always about it, but don't get me wrong. Yeah, I've always respected it.
Facts.
I've always rated it. I've always respected it. I think the thing about tape, completely appreciating, is the only thing that's annoying about it is, as someone who admires the team in a way, it would be nice to see what you guys are actually doing on the field. But other than that, I hear it, man. You're all black. I like to remind guys that you've got the most prosperous catchment area in the whole of UK as the South London Blacks.
For that culture,
the South London Blacks
is grassroots football.
Yeah, it is grassroots. That's where it started from.
You were just going to like Gold's Gym and just finding the biggest person.
We still do that.
You want to hit somebody legally?
We still do that. And I'm saying, if those guys didn't come, that was going to be a recruitment tactic. We go to Gold's Gym and we pull them out. Hey, you know where TA will get you right. Don't worry about it.
So this But once again, it's why I keep saying I know.
Yeah, size matters. Is what I'm saying. Yeah. So yeah, no, 100%. We are doing this. Well, we might do this year. We're not sure, but I don't think we'll.
And I think this is one of the most prominent ones and most well-known ones particularly in the Prem. Definitely. I don't know. Do Bristol do anything?
We do not.
So apart from posting this, is there anything specific that you also do with this?
No, once I don't know who posted it, but once there's someone that's gonna post it. Once it's been posted, normally it was like people's social media are deactivated, bro. Like you can't get in contact. Like you'd be like, hey, how you doing?
Jamal, you coming to the pod today?
Like, why is this guy's not replying to me at all?
Yeah, you caught him before he was going dark.
So I'm getting all off my chest now.
I think it was a good point when one of you guys highlighted that it's actually like the culture, because even earlier this year when Warriors were playing Bristol, like obviously Cedric is one of our stalwarts here, and there was like a week period where Cedric just didn't respond.
He didn't say anything. He definitely didn't say anything to me.
And it's like, sorry, I was locked in, and I was like, oh, fair enough, and that's cool and that's fine, but it's like it's clear that it's ingrained to be part of what you guys want.
And this is the problem with the new people coming in. It's quite hard for them to sign up to this. Like people like Cedric and Stalwarts who understand we can do it. We understand. Like Cedric does it without even going. Like he'll just go. Like you're saying, we didn't go dark. He just does it because he knows he need to lock in.
Must be unbelievable to some of the new guys.
Of course, you're coming from Uniball where, like you're saying, you're getting documentaries made about you and hype videos and whatnot. And all of a sudden you've gone to like, yeah, you're going dark. You can't post nothing. They're like, what? That's not how I get ready for a game. I need to go post, do something. You're like, what? But we need to be respectful of them because obviously we need to take that into consideration.
Before we move on, I think the other thing that also helps is you guys are willing to bring your old boys always back to re-energize what the culture should be.
To help establish the brand.
You know, if young boys are getting out of line, all of a sudden David Izzion has appeared on the sideline.
A wild David Izzion.
Like I was gonna say a wild, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
the Pokemon team should come.
I'm surprised that I haven't seen Ariel.
No, Ariel's done.
That's what I'm saying.
He's finished.
That's the way it works. It's kind of like, even if they're not gonna get all the reps, it's just this person knows exactly how we do things.
Yeah.
If you young boys are thinking about doing something any other way, this is how we do it, and we will play them.
Because young boys will share highlight tape thinking this is a sick highlight tape, not showing that, bro, you're backpedaling wrong the whole time. Now the opposition know you're back. This guy doesn't backpedal. Junior will look at him and be like, yeah, this guy don't know how to backpedal. I know he looks like he blocked it, PBU and everything, but this guy's backpedal is terrible. And Tia will be like, don't do that. You're just giving them.
Yeah, no, Tia is old school, man.
Yeah, very old school. You used to recruit from newspapers back in the day.
But yeah, so fair enough. It seems like
and by the way, this is true.
As in the yellow pages.
some of us have rituals. Warriors has a clear ritual. Whether you guys do it this year for the new gen or not is another matter, but it's well known throughout. And then finally now, with us in the playoffs. So although us and Manchester are both in the playoffs, we have a game against them next weekend from when this is being filmed. So that will decide who ends up top of the table. I know earlier on I've already said that, I expect us to win. I have no problem saying that.
And top of the table comes with home advantage.
Top of the table comes with home advantage. So that's why this game really matters.
The reason why it means so much for us is we win this game, we're at home for the rest of the season.
Yeah. Any game that we play in the playoffs, we're at home. Be that final, be that semi-final, everything. Really?
That's more like our home.
Oh. How many times you won there?
Potts Park. However long you've been playing there.
How many times?
How long have you been there?
Don't do that. You guys lost against Manchester then when we were playing there, no?
No, they lost in London.
Yeah, it's in London. Not Potts Park.
Both games were in London?
Oh, you played them in London the first year.
Yeah. Okay. Not Potts Park.
We won them more times than you played us.
Yeah, it'll be no doubt a close game, tight game, and a hard fought game because there's a lot for us to play for. Like,
dude, I'm looking forward to this game.
I am actually looking forward to this game. What time's kickoff?
3. Yeah. I think if you are interested in American football, like British American football, you must be interested in this team. Like, these are two teams that were of a certain level of strength in the past, I say like 7-8 years. One team would have been dominating, the other team came up, and then they took their own. When we were still Tamworth, we would have been dominating. Manchester have come in and done their own. And we've both gone through rebuild phases, which, to be fair, Manchester's...
3 finals in a row, 17, 18, 19. Then there was none in 20. There was none in 21.
And then 22, 23 was Manchester. Yeah. They were grinding when everybody was at home.
Yeah, but we'll give them credit because they beat us they were the ones that gave us our first loss in the regular season after 3 seasons undefeated. I think that was in their second season, and then I think the same thing happened for the rest of those years up until 2021 to 22.
There wasn't a season. It was
First time forget the regional ones. The first time they beat us twice in the season would have been, I think, 22 to 23.
Okay.
In the season.
So that's after.
Sorry, you're confusing me when you say 22 to 23 because I'm just thinking about it.
I'm not talking about the pandemic seasons.
Yeah, no, but 22.
Oh yeah, sorry. So how do you do it? How do you?
I just do it for
You
the
just
year
22.
because
It's 22.
It doesn't straddle.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the summer of 2023.
Okay, so that was their second one. That was the first time they beat.
That was the second time, yeah, because we won.
First time they beat us twice in the season. The year they won it for the first time, they beat us once. Yeah, but then we lost to the Warriors in the semis. Yeah.
So we'll see who ends up getting that.
Ask question. Well, who do you want? Like, what do you think?
Obviously, my boys,
we know what they think.
My boys are here, so I got a ride for Coventry.
So you want to go play? You want to go play Manchester?
Dude,
either way is whatever. But yeah,
my mum lives in Manchester, so I'm gonna go see Mumsy.
So we get Manchester. I know what I like. So you want Coventry to win. So Coventry, okay, cool. So you get to go play Manchester.
I want Coventry to win.
We be playing Bristol.
I want Coventry.
If you win,
if you guys
we get Manchester. Yeah, win, please. Yes, please.
Realistically, I want to win this game so I get to play both of you guys at home.
Exactly, and I think Warriors are hungry. I think that's the motivation we need.
We don't care. Like ideal situation, we beat all these. Ideally, we beat all these teams.
So this is
on the way to the final.
This is a playoff structure for those that don't know, and essentially the top teams that have been put up here, they're the home teams, and the bottom teams are away. Manchester and Coventry are both on one side because it's undecided who's away. Yeah. But yeah, essentially you have a semi-final and you have a final where the two winners play each other. So, right, yeah.
Come on, Cov. I'm rooting for Cov as well. Oh my gosh.
They're going to do our thing. Like I was saying, two teams going through a rebuild phase. Manchester's managed to, I'd say, rebuild quicker. I think it's taken us considerably longer, even though we've tried during that period. But it's going to be interesting. The first game was tight. You say it's the first game of the season. They've got that to deal with.
There's no excuses for this one.
I do want you guys to. This isn't an excuse thing, but for context, again, go back and watch that first game. That first game, I'm talking like there's so much. It's streamed. There's so much in it. No, yeah. So there's stuff like there was one. Oh my, there's one player where the ball gets snapped over Lenny's head. Yeah. So he turns back, he runs to it. Daniel hits him out of the way, recovers the ball. Cool, we've got the ball. Yeah, amazing. QB comes on, ball gets snapped. He's backing up. He sees too many people coming. Instead of taking a sack, dropping to one knee, getting rid of the ball, he just does that in it. Yeah, D-line picks the ball. Yeah, the next play, Manchester's offense come on. One play, they score. Yeah. That's how they score. And then there's a whole bunch of other weird things happening on in the game, like punt for them, ball gets snapped to the kicker's hands, literally touches his hands, and then somehow bounces onto the ground or something like that. That's another situation how they end up messing that up. But I feel like there was just so much that went wrong.
That's part of Manchester's game, though.
But putting that aside, I think there's so much that went wrong in that first game, especially being that early in the season. Of course, our QB threw 5 picks. We've got different options available now, and he has actually come away since then. So it's going to be interesting to see how this game's actually going to pan out. I think it's actually going to be very interesting.
What's the consideration you want us to take away? You said take this.
So the context of how the first game was. Yeah, if you watch
both teams were not at their best.
Yeah.
Now I'm expecting both.
It's when you see it, if you are interested enough to watch the game, but yeah.
But my expectation is that both teams are
teams should be better.
Primed.
Like you keep on saying, they're hardened through the season.
Yeah,
the ups
primed.
and downs of the season, and I think you guys are like you have to take advantage of those. You've seen enough times where you haven't taken advantage of situations where actually you could have won this game, we could have put this to bed. So I don't know. You're not going into this game without that in mind. Like if we have those situations, we've got to take advantage.
Yeah, but my thinking, because I would always be of that mindset. My thinking is more the case that, like, having known that sometimes you will have players that one are of not that mindset, or when they're suddenly in that situation, they suddenly struggle to switch it on.
Yeah.
I'm not as worried about that because this happened.
Yeah.
Like,
I
obviously,
just don't think there'll be that naivety that you can run into in some of those situations. For some people, going to the playoff for the first time is a thing. But at the same time, I think enough of these guys want to get the win over the other team. And they've also seen how this season has gone. That if we don't start from the first moment of the game, then we could just be in a situation where we're dealing with one of those tougher games instead of this being a bit of a walkthrough.
getting into our final segment, which is talking a little bit about GB. So one of the aspects of GB we're going to speak on is the upcoming generation, which is the GB under-19s. They had an intra-squad game. For those that don't know, often referred to as Blue v White, it's normally a selection game for international games. So before they minimize the roster down to a 45 a man traveling squad or playing squad, they have this inter-squad game where you essentially play a full game, kitted up offense and defense, excluding normally special teams, and the coaches use that as an opportunity to select who they want to have in their 45. But I'll let T explain because T was one of the coaches out here. So for them,
Yeah, man, I was honored to be selected as one of the play callers for the day. So I was DC for Team White. Great spectacle. It was at Trailfinders in Ealing, Trailfinders Rugby Club. We sold a bunch of tickets. I think we had close to, if not over 200 people there in attendance. All of the players, like family, friend, all this kind of stuff. We were able to kind of make it into a significant event. We had MasterCard as sponsors for the event as well, which is great. It was so. Just before I say anything else, massive shout out to Coach Scott Rowe, the head coach of GB Under-19s, and Auntie Rav. You guys were
Auntie Rav,
Taryn's mum, Taryn Amrit. But they did, so much work in terms of trying to pull everything together, along with Ben Rogers, who's our media manager for GB Under-19s. He helped with putting the program together and all of the graphics, all the photos. So we had a lot of photographers on the day.
quality graphics, by the way.
Honestly, it was, the whole thing was really good, and it's a special shout out to those people, plus the coaches, because a lot of this stuff had to be pulled together ourselves. It was a GB Under-19 event. This wasn't necessarily like a BAFA thing. So they've done well. Obviously, the players have done well. Score ended up being 14-14. Team White dominant in the first half. Team Blue dominant in the second half.
Shout out to
each team ended with a pick.
I was gonna say, oh wow! I was gonna say, that you mentioned. I know you dropped this shout out earlier on. I know his first name begins with a J. Prempe. Yeah, he got
So,
what player of
just
the?
to give all the MVPs. Team Blue offensive MVP was Jaden Prempe, who's the offensive lineman from the Blitz. Jaden, yeah.
Number 68.
Yes.
Oh, that guy.
Solid.
He's the one I've got MCL sprain. Fell on my knee.
He's the one that hit me with a little fume.
Bro, he's good. No, he's the best O-line on.
How old is he? Like,
yeah, he's good.
19.
He's good.
From multiple areas, I think people are trying to get him over to the
100%. He's good.
He needs it. So he was Team Blue offensive MVP. Team Blue defensive MVP was Ty Burrows. I think he finished the day with 3 picks. The DB actually started out outside linebacker and got moved to safety, and he's
Who's he play for?
Really well. I don't know, to be fair. I think he plays for Nottingham Caesars Juniors.
Fair.
I want to say.
Fair.
Yeah, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Yeah, fair.
And then for Team White, the MVPs were Ezekiel or Zeke. He is the running back for Nottingham Gold.
Okay.
And then the defensive MVP was Sam Antoine, who's at the University of Leicester Longhorns, but also plays for EKP under-19s, coached by Jam Henderson.
EKP under-19s, they've got a EKP's under-19 system. Their whole youth system is actually pretty good, I will say.
Great. I mean, it's produced people like
It regularly produces players,
shout out to all of them, the head coaches as well. So obviously Scott Rose, our general head coach, but Coach Martin Hume, who's the DC for the team, and Justin Smith, who's the OC for the team. They did a good job of it was just a super professional day. Like, it's what you expect. All the coaches have been involved in it. For me, special shout out to my defensive coaches, because at the end of the day, like, I'm not their DC. And, I came with the plan of what we wanted to do. I shared what I would at UE, and they were all super supportive and did exactly what I needed from them on the day, and then coaching the players up. And yeah, it was great, man. Like, the youth football, and I know that we can't do 11s for under-19, but youth football, like the kids, man, like they're excited, man. They're about it, man. And like I've got like a corner coming up to me who's like, man, I want to take his head off, and I'm just like. But like, they're just excited, and I was worried because I've said it on this podcast. I said it to you, like, I don't feel like the kids love the game. Yeah. But then you get to a day like that, and actually, I think if we can. You want a lot of them to go and be the best that they can be, but if we can keep a portion of them in this country, then British football's in good hands.
Well, like you said, significant events is what I feel like they've got the fire. They just need the organization to replicate it by giving them an event to shine. That's how the kids these days respond.
I think that's how everyone gets.
And I think one of the things I'm glad for that to bring on you, fan. And I think one of the things that's beautiful to see here is that I recognize some of these names as names of people who are in the adult game looking to give back. Prime example, Alex Shallons. He's the OC at Manchester currently.
Henrique Baptiste.
Henrique Baptiste plays for Newcastle Vikings. So it's good to see some of these guys go and give back. And having managed to catch some of the young players as well, like one of the young players that plays at under-19, he plays at Coventry Phoenix. His name's Duncan. I don't know his surname, but his name's Duncan. He's a receiver.
He's a tight end for us, I think.
He's a tight end.
He has the piercings.
Yes.
Yeah, Duncan. He's a quiet guy, but he's
quiet guy. And he told me he enjoyed the day, and they wanted to really play it out and see who'd won. Like the coach, we got to shut it down.
We were, as coaches, I think some of us, like when it was 14-14 at regulation. Some of us were like,
all right, overtime, innit?
Well, I think some of us were like, let's stop here because, and some of us were like, overtime, but let's stop here because at the end of the day, we got games in September. Got 2 games. We got a game against
a
regional team in Germany, North Rhine, and then against Hungary. So we were like, let's stop. Yeah. And then it was decided by the head coach, I think, that we were going to go into overtime, college rule. So 1 possession from the 25. Yeah. And then that resulted in 2 picks on both sides. And I immediately after that was like, I don't want to do it anymore. Because this is where you start to devolve into somebody gets hurt or all this kind of stuff. And we've been relatively lucky with like injuries. And
plus, it's not the purpose. The game has a purpose. The game's purpose is to evaluate.
It finished exactly how it was supposed to finish. Like 14-14, if you split a squad down the middle that you feel is split evenly, then it finished how it was supposed to finish. So no, it was a great day.
Was this done the same way we do at GB? Was it done by a draft system?
I think every
two head coaches.
All position. No. So it was by positions. Yours is aggressive. For us, it was by position. So every position
choose one
would have done like me. So for the outside linebackers, as an example, it's me, Jam, and Enrique. Yeah. But Jam and I did the draft, and we must have done the draft like 3 different times, just because some new wrinkle would come in, and I was like, Jam, you got first pick.
Right.
And and then we submitted it to the head coaches. So let's just say all 3. So OC,
and then
and then they decided how it was going to be split. But if you do a draft, like, it should end up pretty even-ish.
Yeah, that's why
you add your extra flair. So I think Team Blue ended up with more outside linebackers who were better suited to ends. Yeah. Whereas like Team White, we had the ones who were actually like rovers / box safeties, and so
It was good. Fair, but it's wonderful. It's wonderful to see the next generation get an opportunity to shine, and hopefully they come through the game, and the game's kept on a great footing. And then finally, just to touch on GB Women's, and we bring them up because they've got a game this month, 24th, 24th of this month, Butts Park Arena, Coventry. So if you've got a chance, check it out. They'll be playing Finland. Hopefully they can go out there and do a job. Wish them all the best, and I plan to be there, assuming that nothing pops up family wise. So,
I plan to be there as well.
So it'll be good. I'm looking forward to see them putting in work.
In Finland.
It's in Coventry. It's at Butts Park. It's at Butts Park, Coventry. So that's what we're looking to end on. Shout out GB Women's. Wish them all the best.
If you guys show up at the game, come shout me, man. I'll be there for sure.
I love that. We'll have a quick round of buys, and then we'll catch you guys in a little bit. So I'll start off with Jamal. Why not?
What's the
just the closing statements.
I'll start. So playoffs is coming. We've got Manchester next week. If you're about, that will be at the Bellevue Arena or something like that. That's going to be an interesting game. It's bound to be streamed as well. And again at the, I believe, so it's the Sunday, the 24th of August, Butts Park Arena in Coventry, where the GB women's game will be. I'll definitely be there. Again, if you're there, come shout me, say what's up. I'll have a little chat.
Semi-final of what?
Our semi-final.
Yeah.
It's on the 23rd.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, yeah. So that's bound to be at Butts.
Let's not. You don't do that. Just
Get your hotels and that. It's gonna be a nice weekend.
massive question marks there.
It's gonna be a nice long weekend. Book Monday off. Yeah, all of that.
This
bank holiday.
Weekend, yeah.
Is it bank holiday weekend?
Yeah.
The only thing that I really want to shout out is GB on the 19th. We have those two games coming up. It's the second weekend and the fourth weekend of September. I think 13th and then 27th. Those are the weekends, or 26th. Those 2 weekends. Shout out GB Women's, but obviously I coach GB on the 19th. So and then Bristol Aztecs. We're playing the Warriors next week. Looking to whoop them. As we go to the playoffs. Work, bro. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we drop 50. I would not be surprised.
As in 50-0. 50-0.
On Jamal's head specifically. So I'm saying, man's not good enough. Can't even see the field.
Any closing statements, Jamal?
I'm looking forward to get drop 50 done by Bristol Aztecs next weekend from the sidelines.
Please, God, you guys.
Let's say come and support. The game will be streamed, so please. It will stream, right?
It will be streamed.
By who? Sportank.
Yes, by Sportank.
Why are you laughing?
No, bro. It's just funny because I feel like people wanted us to cut them as a streamer.
Oh, okay.
So you know what? Yeah, you know what's funny? I know of teams who came together to have a conversation about boycotting them before all of this happened.
List the team.
Yeah, no, there's a list of things that they've done.
Yeah.
Dude, I think the whole traveler situation messed with a lot of people.
I don't know about that, but we're going to talk more after this stream.
But anyway, yes, the game will be streamed next weekend. Tune in, see the Warriors dominate as we normally do. And then we're on to playoffs. And shout out all my guys. Hey, all you guys that came across, don't take this the wrong way. They're just being trolls, by the way. I love all you, man.
We got more...
guys, you know that already. You're my guys, innit?
All the Blitz guys that went to Warriors.
We don't say the B word anymore, right? You're Warriors now. They know that.
We got more respect for you guys than they do.
No, I wasn't trolling. I was being honest.
I wasn't trolling either, to be honest.
Just gonna call you out. They're making it seem like I was doing a lot, but I was. You guys know what I mean. You know I love you.
About
half an hour later. You know my guys. You know I love it.
How long later? I was like, guys. Remember what I said? Hey, from when he leaves here, he's in the group chat, like, guys.
Hey, don't read it. Don't read that the wrong way, because these guys are trying to pull it out of context. They're trying to pull it out of context. It's not that.
I said that Cedric wasn't talking another way.
It's difficult. It's difficult, man.
He doesn't back down. He gets hot.
Nelly's all got the heating on.
You know what I mean? It's all right there. What's all right there all of a sudden?
I'm telling you, that final edit is not what I said.
AI. I'm saying we got more respect for them, man, than the Warriors.
No. I do. They know I have respect for them.
That's actually funny.
But that's jokes.
That's actually funny.
Now, much love for everyone that's shown us support, that's been watching I've grabbed the boys again, and we'll get another episode in a few weeks' time. Hope you guys enjoyed what we're talking about. Some of the respect, the disrespect, some of the mad statements and pullbacks. But much love for checking out the stance, Britball. Catch you next time.
Before you do round it up, sorry. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It does mean that we can get some bread in our pockets, which I'm assuming you guys wouldn't be against. But more importantly, if you guys have some opinions as well, there's a comment section. I know someone keeps pressing that dislike button for whatever reason. For whatever reason, but yo, the comment section is there, man. We'll respond to you guys in due time.
Yeah, no, much love, and catch you on the next one. Over and out. Cheers.
Cool. At this point, yeah, Nelly's probably cooked, right?
Yeah, I've already cooked.
Yeah, it's part of the whole situation. There's chops.
He does well by us, to be fair. I won't lie, I drove here starving, so.